Hey, what's up YouTube world? It is your girl, the Venusian Bull, and I am back with another video in the Planets in the Houses series. And in this video, we are going to be discussing planets in the 7th house. More specific, we're going to be discussing Neptune in the 7th house, okay? So just as a reminder, the 7th house represents relationships of all kinds, partnerships, business partnerships, marriages, marriage contracts, business contracts, and relating to other people and what you attract. And always remember that the 7th house is opposite the 1st house. So the 1st house is what you project, what you give off, your first impression to people. And then the 7th house is what you attract in others, particularly those that you want to be lifelong partners and you want to be in committed relationships with, okay? All right, and since we're talking about the 7th house, I decided to show my face because I'm trying to relate to the people here, all right? So the 7th house, having Neptune in the 7th house is similar to having Neptune in Libra. Understand that that's a generational placement, but just had to say it. But more specifically, it's similar to having Pisces on the 7th house cusp, okay? All right, Neptune in the 7th. You attract the dreamers. You attract the idealistic people. You attract the hopeless romantic people. You attract the people that are just so like into love and love and love everything about love and just all of this mushy gushy stuff or whatever. You can also attract, liars and cheaters. Neptune is all about the rose-colored glasses and, not seeing what's actually there. So if you have Neptune in the 7th house, you really need to have discernment and be really, really careful about the energy that you're attracting when you have Neptune in the 7th house, because you could attract some very beautiful energy, very spiritual people, very artistic people, very, very talented in anything artistic. You could attract, healers, like really good, compassionate people, but you can also attract, leeches, people who want to live off of you, people that always play the victim, people who always kind of like need a handout because they're not very good at like keeping a job, so they want you to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? The liars and cheaters, like I mentioned earlier, and people who are kind of like thieves. You may attract people who steal things from you, somebody that you considered that you trusted and stuff like that, and that's been your significant other for years and stuff like that, and they steal money from you, child. Like, just be very cautious with Neptune in the 7th, because it just could really have you in this la la land of just, eclectic, like serene kind of like just energy. And they could be like just very much not good for you. This could also be somebody who has been in jail, who has been in prison. This could be somebody who is always hiding something. They have a lot of secrets. They're not forthcoming with you. Like, you like a level of mystique, with Neptune in the 7th house, but it's like you're gonna need somebody to be a little bit more, upfront with you, a little bit more direct with you. And this is how you're gonna get yourself into trouble, because you're always like attracting these people who are kind of like visually or aesthetically, pleasing, and have like this spiritual, like artistic kind of vibe from them, but they don't like have a pot to piss in. Like, they have a sketchy like background and history and stuff like that. So definitely just be cautious. This is kind of like, could definitely be like a whirlwind love romance kind of thing, because remember, you got Pisces on the 7th. This could also be where you could be neglected or like abandoned by a partner and things like that. Like, Neptune in the 7th is not like, it's not like the best placement to have. It's like full of ups and downs. It's like extreme highs, and it could be like extreme lows and things like that. So definitely just keep that in mind. This could definitely, when it comes to like friendships and things like that, in terms of enemies, remember, these are the people that lie. These are the people who like they could be pathological liars. You know what I'm saying? And these are the people that can cheat on you. Yes, any planet in the seventh house, they could cheat on you. They threaten to break up your marriage and things like that. But it's like usually the red flags are there, but when Neptune is in the seventh house, you don't see them because you just see the good in this person because you're always looking for the good. Like Neptune energy is very compassionate and very loving, and it's all about love and relationships with the world. Not so much like Uranus and Aquarius energy, but like literally love and compassion and holding and holding people in your arms type of energy. It's like moon times 10 a little bit. But also remember that Neptune is very spiritual. It's very intuitive. So you could definitely be attracting the healers and like the people who are into spiritual practices like astrology and tarot and voodoo and stuff like that. Be careful if they try to, if they're on the dark side of that energy and they try to pull some of that shit on you, just be, wary of that. But that may be very intriguing for you. It may be very interesting. This is also the type of energy that you may be able to, kind of read their minds, and you may be able to communicate without actually talking. This is, the energy of just like, this is also the energy of eloping. Like, I don't care, but you probably are going to be having an annulment. Like, let's be real, because then you wake up and you realize, oh, this shit is meant. Like, actually, no, you know what? Because Neptune has to deal with addiction. Okay. So you may get drunk as hell. We talking hangover drunk and get married. And they did this in Hangover. This is totally Neptune in the seventh house. And then you wake up and you're like, we married. Like, what the fuck did we just do? You know what I'm saying? So it's very much that energy. You don't realize what happened. So be careful, because you're getting into these contracts and these long-term partnerships and these binding agreements, and you just was on a high. You know what I'm saying? You were just high, like literally high. You were drinking, you were in your euphoric state, and you signed a binding contract of marriage. So, just be careful with that Neptune energy and doing, stupid things like out of love. You could definitely be very stupid in love, very crazy in love. You know what I'm saying? Dangerously in love. That's all the Beyonce songs. The Stupid in Love is a Rihanna song. Neptune is more stupid in love, though, I would say. But yeah, so just be mindful, have discernment, please, especially if you're like literally Virgo on the first house and Pisces on the seventh. Like, you have that Virgo energy, and as you're rising, use that. Be discerning, like, oh my God, this person is so nice. They're so perfect. This is my ideal mate. I love them already. This is love it. This is such love at first sight energy. Like, I want to marry you and stuff like that. But use that Virgo discernment and be like, okay, where are the red flags? Just understand the red flags. But having that Neptune energy, if you're a little bit too hard and stuff like that, this may be the person that can make you softer, more in touch with your spirituality and things of that nature. So just be mindful that it could be a good thing, but you just have to have the balance of the kind of idealistic and the realistic. Okay? All right. Let me know if this resonated with you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.